SCP-6245 Sammy Sweet Tooth Level 1 Unrestricted Containment Class Esoteric Secondary Class Archon Disruption Notice VLAM Level 2 Risk Class Notice Level 1 Special Containment Procedures In order to suppress the true nature surrounding SCP-6245, a staff member is to be assigned to her on the night of October 31st for the sake of trick-or-treating. A list of cover stories has been formed in order to answer queries civilians may give regarding SCP-6245's history. In addition, the anomaly is to be provided confectionaries in order to comply with Foundation staff. SCP-6245 mostly prefers chocolatey goods. The sweets should be stored in Site-169's mess hall. Physical containment of SCP-6245 is considered unnecessary. Description: SCP-6245 designates an intangible humanoid entity draped over by a bedsheet. Standing at a height of approximately 1.4 meters, she identifies herself as 12-year-old Sammy O'Brien. The specimen manifests in the area of Prescott Valley from 7:30 to 9 p.m. every Halloween night. She is capable of instantly transporting herself to different locations, though has only utilized this ability when trick-or-treating, teleporting to various homes throughout the settlement. It is unclear whether SCP-6245 is able to travel beyond the area immediately surrounding Prescott Valley. SCP-6245 was initially believed to be a folklore myth spread throughout the city, eventually gaining the title Sweet Tooth Sammy. Civilians claim to have spoken with the entity, though due to a lack of evidence corroborating their statements, it was simply considered a mere hoax. This was the case until the events of Addendum-1. Investigation into SCP-6245's background has been inconclusive. Per the order of the Anomalous Entity Engagement Division, AEED, interviews with SCP-6245 have been discontinued. See Addendum 2 for more details. Addendum 1 Discovery Log SCP-6245 was initially encountered on the night of October 31st, 2022, when she transported herself to Site-169's entrance. The following is a transcript detailing the events that transpired. Begin log. Footage was taken by the site's entrance. Mayfield exits the facility waving goodbye to her colleagues. A Halloween party was being held at the playground at the time. Right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. She stops right at the front door as she takes out her mobile device. I wonder how Marcel's holding up. As she browses through her phone, SCP-6245 manifests and approaches Mayfield without her noticing. Hello? Excuse me, miss? Mayfield looks up to see the specimen. Huh? What the? Sammy holds her pumpkin-shaped bucket up to Mayfield's face, startling her. Trick or treat! Trick or treat! Give Sammy some sweets to eat! Mayfield takes a step back, looking at her surroundings. How did you get here? You wouldn't believe me, but I teleported here. SCP-6245 raises both arms in the air. Mayfield notices how translucent they are and squints. Hold on, are you... Mayfield stares at the anomaly for a brief moment. Are you the Sammy? Sweet Tooth Sammy, the ghost going around trick-or-treating at that nearby town? Sammy averts her eyes from Mayfield. Oh no, are you one of those people? Pardon? The entity crosses its arms. You know, those people who keep asking about how I died and stuff. I don't like it when they do that. No, don't worry, I won't ask you any questions, I just didn't realize you actually exist. We thought you were just a rumor. Well, look at me, miss. I'm right here. I can see that. So, are you going to get me some candy? Please? Right. Just give me a moment real quick. I'll be back. Mayfield re-enters the building. Footage was taken from the reception room. Mayfield enters the area and hurriedly approaches the bowl of sweets resting upon the desk. Dr. Kirby Case is sitting behind the desk and raises an eyebrow at her. I thought you were going home for the night, Melissa. Do you want a quick bite before heading off? Ah, yes. Well, how do I explain this? Hmm? Do you remember that one investigation a few months back? The one about Sweet Tooth Sammy? Don't tell me. She's standing in front of the entrance as we speak. You can check the feed if you're not convinced. Case briefly checks the footage on their laptop, then laughs. And here I thought it was a myth. 3 months of research just for her to waltz over here. Case gestures to the bowl. You know what? Just take the entire bowl. I'm sure Sammy would love that. In exchange, though, do me a favor and keep her from causing any more problems, alright? We have to uphold the veil after all. Oh, thanks. You can count on me, Kirby. Good luck. Mayfield takes the bowl and hurries out the front door. Footage was taken by the site's entrance. Mayfield returns to SCP-6245 with the bowl of candy in her arms. Here you go. Sorry for the delay. She pours the sweets into the container, SCP-6245 gas. Oh my gosh, this is amazing! So much candy! Yep, and there's more where that came from. Once Mayfield is finished, Sammy checks the contents of her buckets. There's Skittles, Twizzlers, gummy bears, lollipops, and... SCP-6245 pauses and stares at Mayfield. Reese's Cup? You like Reese's Cup? Like it? I love it! I love all kinds of chocolate candy. Only the sweet ones, though. The entity hops repeatedly. This is the best Halloween ever. Thank you, miss. Thank you so much. No problem, Sammy. In fact, didn't you say you weren't okay with all those people over in town questioning you? Mm-hmm. Well, starting next year, how about I accompany you while you're trick-or-treating? You know, to keep them from asking you anything. Really? You would do that for me? Absolutely. I can even get you all the candy you want. Even the chocolate? Especially the chocolate. All for you. What do you say? Yes, 1,000,000 times yes. SCP-6245 goes and briefly embraces Mayfield, laughing. This startles her once again. The specimen then takes a step back, gripping her container with both hands. Okay, I'll see you next year then. I'll be waiting. The entity walks off. The two wave at each other. Bye-bye, miss. Thank you again. Good night. Sammy demanifests. A short moment of silence passes. She seems like a nice kid. End log. After this interaction, Sammy O'Brien was officially classified as an SCP object, subsequently being designated SCP-6245 during documentation. Addendum 2. Contextualization. Below is a file that was forwarded to the rest of Site-169 staff in order to spread awareness of SCP-6245's nature. SCP Foundation, Secure, Contain, Protect. File context. Sweet Tooth Sammy, written by Dr. Melissa Mayfield. If you've been around town, you might have heard about this one rumor going around about some girl under a ghost sheet trick-or-treating at random houses every Halloween night. This myth, eventually titled Sweet Tooth Sammy, led to conspiracy upon conspiracy on what her history was like, since no one has ever claimed to have met Sammy outside of October 31st, as well as how many homes she can go to in a short period of time. It was a matter of time until some civilians came to think that an actual ghost was hiding underneath that sheet. A popular topic many have speculated on is how she died in the first place, and then ended up haunting the streets of Prescott Valley. Some have stated it was nothing to behold, such as natural causes or an unfortunate accident. Others have theorized more tragic fates for a girl like Sammy, such as homicide or something even worse. Of course, people would be more attracted to how interesting the latter would be. Thus, the rabbit hole deepens. From the brief conversation I had with Sammy, I can tell you she is just a young girl wanting to get some candy since it's Halloween. She could often relay some of the most odd questions regarding her death from strangers she's not even familiar with. While Sammy does not want to discuss her past, I'm sure she was as normal as any other girl her age, and that I shouldn't look into it too much. With that said, I hope you know when to stop when talking to someone like Sammy. If you feel like you're making them uncomfortable, then pull back. They're not willing to tell you everything about themselves, no matter how acquainted you are. Sometimes it's best not to question it and give the girl her candy. You should be glad it isn't some murder monster out to kill you. It's just an innocent and spectral child trick-or-treating. Dr. Melissa Mayfield, Site Counselor, Site 169, Anomalous Entity Engagement Division.